and Davion. I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose.
So she's sentenced on count 2, the murder of Davion Flanagan. 15 years to life.
At 5:30 in the morning, a security camera in a quiet Ohio industrial park captured a 2018 Toyota Camry flying down the road. It wasn't just speeding, it was accelerating. Moments later, that car slammed into a brick building at 100 miles per hour. Inside were 3 teenagers. 2 of them died instantly. For weeks, the town mourned a tragic, horrific accident. But then, investigators pulled the car's black box and realized the driver didn't fall asleep. She didn't lose control. She put the pedal to the metal. Welcome to The Last Warning. Today, we are looking at the chilling case of Mackenzie Shirilla. To understand how this happened, we have to look at the victims. Dominic Russo was 20 years old, and his friend, Davion Flanagan, was 19. They were described by everyone who knew them as vibrant, kind, and full of life. Dominic was in a relationship with 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla. From the outside, looking at their social media, they looked like a normal, happy teenage couple. But behind closed doors, the reality was entirely different. Friends would later tell police that their relationship was incredibly toxic, filled with intense arguments, breakups, and threats. On the night of July 22, 2022, the 3 of them were hanging out. Davion had just tagged along for the ride. In the early hours of the morning, Mackenzie got behind the wheel of her Toyota Camry. Dominic was in the passenger seat. Davion was in the back. What happened next would destroy 3 families forever. At around 5:30 a.m., Mackenzie's car veered off the road and slammed directly into a large brick building in an industrial park in Strongsville, Ohio. The impact was so severe that the car was practically unrecognizable. First responders arrived to a devastating scene. Dominic and Davion were pronounced dead. Mackenzie, miraculously, was still alive, though she was trapped in the driver's seat and had to be extracted. Initially, police treated this as exactly what it looked like, a terrible, tragic car accident involving teenagers. Maybe she fell asleep. Maybe she lost control. Mackenzie was hospitalized and recovering. The community began to mourn. But detectives have a routine in fatal crashes. They pulled the event data recorder from the Camry, the car's black box. This device records exactly what the car was doing in the final seconds before an impact. And what they found changed this from a rescue mission to a homicide investigation. The data was completely undeniable. The black box showed that in the seconds before the crash, there was 0 attempt to brake. None. The steering wheel was perfectly straight. Even more chilling, the accelerator was pressed to 100%. She didn't lose control. She had her foot pinned to the floor. The car hit the brick wall at exactly 100 miles per hour. When police went back and watched the security footage from the surrounding businesses, they noticed something else. Before the final acceleration, Mackenzie was driving normally. She navigated the roads fine. It wasn't until she lined up the car with the brick building that she slammed on the gas. The motive quickly became clear. Investigators uncovered a history of Mackenzie threatening Dominic. In previous arguments, she had explicitly threatened to crash her car into the brick building that she slammed on the gas. The motive quickly became clear. Investigators uncovered a history of Mackenzie threatening Dominic. In previous arguments,
The families of Dom and Davion, I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose.
So she's sentenced on count 2, the murder of Davion Flanagan. 15 years to life. She's sentenced on count 1, the murder of Dominic Russo. 15 years to life, to be served concurrent to each other. with credit for time served. There's a very good likelihood, Mackenzie, that you will spend the rest of your life in prison. That won't be up to me. That will be up to the parole board, and that will be up to you.